V New Gaming. It's in the game.
Who knows when this one ends? It's got to eventually. First sweep or a G2 trophy hoist. God damn. G2 on Inferno. Analysts talked about it enough. Let's let the players speak. Quick pressure, wasting not a moment off of the extended break. We go right up through brackets. There is a split around on Arch. Majority of the numbers here for the T's, trying to get into sight, but LexyB gonna throw something at them. Good pit clear. Nico, top graveyard, then dives down into the pit itself. So he takes up position for the post plant. Bomb planted along the wall. Both of Navi's remaining players ready to get it going. Again, wasting no time, but a missed jump. Wonderful wanted to go over the box originally. Now he thrusts JL into a 1 versus 3. Gets the reload off. 12 bullets between him and this clutch. No kit. At a moment's notice, everybody's gonna swing him. It's just a matter of when.
No mistakes yet.
Gets a little closer. He will indeed shave Hunter off the play. Now going for the player sight. No way. No way. JL trying to dive forward. It's just no time. It's just no time. That's unfortunately the story of this one. Beautiful shots. We gotta give it to him. But the bomb will decide.
Wow.
G2 take a pistol.
When he wipes off his forehead. This is worrying if they go towards him on pit, but this is just his best position right now. Him inside of the halls. It's like before this he sleeps, then he wakes up, and then he's your nightmare. Bitferno is definitely a real thing. We saw Inferno go wrong for Navi yesterday versus FaZe. That was incredibly worrying, the way that they played it. We'll see if G2 can exploit that game plan. Just like, honestly, they were successfully exploiting Navi's Mirage in the first half. Like, you have to give them a lot for that. They made a mistake on the pistol round where Hunter jumped with a bomb. They got unlucky when Wonderful won that 1v2. And that impossible bullet through the wall onto bench. Every little bit was necessary to get them over the line. But that first half was undeniably good from the perspective of game plan and firepower from G2. And this is a map that they were once upon a time the best in the world at by far.
And on T sides.
Yes.
See if they can tap back into that history.
And arguably that entry pack has only improved. They have mobs.
Hell yeah. Snax will be left here alone. Everybody else tries to move back towards to join up with Nico on Banana. 25 seconds, so push coming to shove. You know JL's gonna go sprinting through spawn. They're still worried about any remnants on A, and Snax is indeed there to lock in the others, but LexyB, what can you do alone? 15 to the clock, inside of the smokes, within Banana, they go touching and Box senses him. Puts him down. JL has nobody to get him into it, so if they just cover the smoke, then all should be good. Oh, somebody's about to cover that smoke.
He wants to go for it. Oh.
And yeah, Nico, instant headshot, as you should expect.
They didn't have the flashes to throw in from CT spawn to help with that push. Just dropping the bomb would have been enough to win the round. They don't do that. G2 convert. They're doing great on pistol so far. The only map, I think they're actually dead even with Navi, which in and of itself is pretty strong, right? Navi, the best right now. Last map they split. Ancient, they took both. Dust 2, they survived without. I mean, it's impressive what Navi did, but they still have suffered 2 losses. I don't think we'd talk about the curse ever again if they did that. They would shut everybody up on that front.
Boy, let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Unarmored heads gets popped real quick, and he finds a little more. He's showing some presence over towards apartments. If I'm Hunter, I'm not really too ambitious about getting up in here versus pistols, so we'll see if he takes his time, as G2 certainly can.
No headshot in for Imma. Or it's just pistols. So.
Imma was really putting forward, I think, some impressive moments on Mirage, right? Playing from connector, whether it was the utility to help out Bit on site.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Imma kind of step up, and that's really what he has been doing.
Oh, man.
Just in general for Navi. This is a player where I think a lot of people, ourselves included, were kind of calling for his head.
Oh, 100%. I mean, after the major, you have got to respect it. In the face of all the criticism, that only adds on to the difficulties of just trying to focus on your game. He survived it.
Wonderful looking for an early kill versus anybody who dare step down that ramp.
Goodness.
That one ain't too far off.
Yeah.
Bullet zings by Monacy's head.
Smell that one. That's a very decent grenade.
Sorry, Snax. No chance. Bit just down here. Always in the pit, huh?
Kind of a crazy risk to take, isn't it? 5v5 at a minute 17 and... Yeah, Bit's in pit. Like, go figure.
Yeah, I mean, just walking out balcony with no flash or trade potential.
Yeah, with only a MAC 10 fighting the Arch.
He said, guys, there's 1A. He gives away man advantage. We'll see if G2 can make much of it. Hasn't really been a contest on Banana. They've had to feel her out here the entire round.
So that kill, that felt like a play that you make on like a save, you know, or something where you're low odds, but 5v5. They have banana. There's no one peeking arch or lane here for Navi. They throw late smoke, which is huge.
Well timed.
And are we talking about another piece of important utility? Yeah, Alexi has a molly as well.
Got that prime from up top.
Yeah, they might force G2 into a bad decision. Let's see if they can hold. Wonderful. He's missed a couple of shots here or there. He's been amazing, but this final,
Ooh, leaves a little to be desired. JL finds the cleanup.
There we go.
Smoke. And this is a desperate one for G2. It was always going to have to be. JL doesn't even need to see anybody. Manages to double kill, and as you'd expect, that utility. And that's maybe from the lack of pressure that G2 come into the round with, not burning at all. Wonderful. Really? While he gets popped by Snacks in the background. Great trade frag by Snacks, has to be said. There's a little bit of impact. JL forced into the smoke grenade. Snacks, what are you doing? What's your move? Just blanketing this banana in utility. Frag grenades, Molotovs, smokes every which way.
playing purely off the intuition there. It looks scary for a second, but 4v4, already a better situation than last round. Let's see how this one distills.
Hunter takes up the burden of trying to come out from the apartments, and anytime you try to exit apps on Bit and Pit, you're not going to have a good time, but softening up his support here. Hunter just very much showing his hand. The peek from Pit, spotted Pit, gets his headshot, slips right back down. Alexi's able to hold the line, and what do you know? A-Site holds strong.
He keeps going, 54 seconds, and Monacy in a 1v3.
Half his health.
In his mind's eye, he knows exactly where these players are, but will they peek him correctly?
Yes.
Will he miss? Yes, they do. It's uncanny how the map can make the player, and yes, they don't end up investing. Hunter's got a Galil at least.
Little ball deep. We saw a flash of this back on Dust 2. Ooh, JL. Who's definitely going to have responsibility all Inferno long. But is slotting into his groove within the CT side. Constant pressure on Banana and usually coming up for one, right? Sure, Snacks trades him last round, but you still toppled Nico. And I don't know about you, but I'll trade Nico out every time.
There's a lot of deliberation here in this pseudo attack as they're semi-saving, losing the 5v4. Exchanging ideas as Navi are chilling. They're watching everything right now. No smoke on Arch. This is the type of round where a Hall's Pop can be really effective. With Bit not playing inside the pit, that would be the best counter position to be in, or some kind of crossfire. But that one smoke, well, leaves the hands of Snacks now. Let's see, they peek too early. They do. Oh, and
This is it.
Yeah, it's nice.
You got one smoke, brother.
Put the afro on Arch. And
Everybody's going to die. At least he himself falls victim to it. But
yeah, that's pretty impressive. To get more on Inferno as well. There was that one moment on Dust 2. Definitely.
There was a couple moments on those too.
He has put a higher price tag on his life in some of these rounds. Monacy will come up quick. Wow, that's a huge scalp to take in the 5v4 at a minute 40. I wonder if this affects the map solely based on Bit's presence. Wow, nailed him. Jump across. Clean. But G2's had to all right, we're gonna hit A now. But then, obviously, what are Navi gonna be thinking? The same thing. And look what they do. They pull guard on B completely. They have everybody here waiting for this exact attack. That's the power of Bit, man. Honestly, on this map, it's uncanny.
You don't have Bit and Pit. You need the entire team, seemingly. But they're trying to go for a boost. This could be awkward timing. Ooh, they get it up in position just in time. 2 players confirmed. Nice little bait. Oh, it's perfect.
Beautiful.
Excellent approach coming out from G2, making the most of the man advantage to go up 5v3. JL gets flashed in from Alexi. Talk about setups, but no double kill from him. And if you're seeing JL on Arch, suddenly you kind of have to ask yourself, well, then is there anybody B?
Absolutely.
And they would have had the choice to depart, but at a 4 versus 2, you'd think, yeah, they'll probably split it up. And now with an additional kill on A, G2 will skate through this. So Monacy setting it up with that pick on Bit as he just tries to jump across mid. G2 make the absolute most of it. Nice to see. No missed utility on the approach through brackets. And honestly, it felt like they were very ready for even that boost up top.
And that's the other part of that game plan. Yeah, Nima could have been playing anti-flash there. If you've got one set of eyes in the op watching, and there was only, I think, only one flash. But sometimes it's a trick. Sometimes there is no second or flash to worry about. This time works out very nicely here for G2. And the other half of Bit's gameplay, of course, is he's going to be in pit or he's going to be in boiler. That's where he always plays from. It's a great punish from Monacy. Not an easy shot. Stuff.
But, within that phase game, we did see Navi make some mistakes, specifically on Inferno. Right? Yeah. Some of their mid rounds, once they got to the T side, left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
And if there was anything we could criticize them for, it was that.
Well, let's see about that in the second half.
Right? Great. Your CT side has got some legs to stand on, and KL's going to make sure that you can continue to lean on him. But there will be no easy half in this 4th map of the best of 5, I don't think, for Navi.
The molly comes out again. JL will have to respect this. He doesn't have a smoke to use.
He does, but he doesn't throw it out fast enough.
Because he was already throwing another utility. I think he didn't have time to. Smoke comes down. It's late. He dies. That's a trade. Oh, that's a money grenade, though.
JL's health went down fast. I wonder if he got hit by a frag grenade in the middle, too.
Could have been.
Either way, Snacks gets that entire kill just by way of util, and by a smoke grenade because of the pressure, the presence.
They know Alexi is so tricky with utility. Oh, but they know exactly where he's playing from. That's well placed.
And you know Alexi has to respect a nice piece of utility.
100%.
The tip of the hat to Malbs, who's able to throw that one over the building. The tip of the hat to Malbs, who's definitely kind of keeping G2 in pole position for the time being. 8 kills deep in this 4th map of the best of 5. Snacks at the front of this, no support here for Alexi. This is an ideal situation if you're G2.
He's just hoping and praying it's not going to be this site, but it is.
Oh, can he go big? No. Molotov spreads, almost finishing off Malbs, but he survives it. Gets the trade frag fast enough that nobody really here can help, and Hunter plants bomb before any contest. Do Navi take the chance?
No, they walk away already, G2.
Inferno.
Yes. They're battling hard. I mean, these two teams just look like even strength at this point, which is already very impressive. But G2 have shown themselves they can win. They're expecting a late attempt in the retake. And Navi are just so out of this, they're not even going to try to punish the exit, so we'll see which way they go. There's no one at the bottom of Banana. They're more worried about their own guns.
Chance for Wonderful, maybe? Anybody want to swing? Make up Alexi, make his job all the harder. We're 8 rounds through this D side, and G2 with a 2-point lead. Still led by Malbs. Every still responsibility for JL now. This is looking different.
Yeah, these are the set pick plays that you call upon for Wonderful to make.
Hunter's got a teammate in the apartments with him. That's Malbs by the back door. That offer, yeah, it's gonna push right into him. And Hunter looking for the wall bang of all things. Oh, he gets the fight, and Bit's gonna come out on top. 5v3, Navi getting active in the apartments. Close proximity looks good for the defense.
That's excellent tethering, working off each other. Can't get one by Bit. Down to 3 players. Feels like back and forth we go.
Honestly, taking a glance out middle, we'll see nothing because Navi seem very content to just lean back on what has worked. Anchors within sight. Bit's given no space. The 1 round Bit dies, we saw what happened. Took an entire team to try and fill his shoes. 30 seconds to the clock. They've still got enough utility to, if they want to pressure the site, they can, but without any kind of real opening, I don't think they'd follow through. CTs go heavily onto the short side. This arch trap begins to come out, but Nico gets bested. You'd think that's that. Snacks isn't able to clear one off tall box. He's looking for his ticket out, and as is Monacy.
Yeah, he desperately wants to keep this op in play as
Yeah, man, get the hell out of here.
Alexi's faces the smoke. They'll have to walk away from this. I think they felt like they were going to lose when it was 3v5 in the first place, but now they have to sit with that reality as Navi continue to keep it close.
And I mean,
A miss here or there, and that's it. So G2 pistol, 2 conversions, and 2 solid rifle rounds after that. Actually, one of those was an eco, so.
Going for apartments again, and this time, check it out. They both come in through the back door. Nice nade. Oh, Malbs. Trade frags efficient.
Oh, that's incredible counter. It sets up the rifle perfectly to get an easy target after that nade lands. Wonderful, the insurance policy.
I'll be happy to get up into the apartments to find these opening fights. Will JL get clipped? You think with the 4v3, he doesn't necessarily have to stick around in Banana. He's got support from Alexi, of course. Always priming grenades from inside sight. Always. JL just keeps his head tucked. Smoke lands in front of them. They're going to try to challenge on the edge of this. JL sees that as a chance to pounce.
Oh, now they can actually re-aggress. They know that he's reloading. Snacks wants to jump on this opportunity, but he dies in vain. Nico will grab one over the smoke and over the half wall.
But you know Alexi's going to be in sight, probably alone, so no surprise that Nico tries to chase this down. Smoke to the CT, cross-dodging flashes. There's a chance for Wonderful to spam it with the off. No, it's gone.
Look at the speed at which they're attacking this.
Of course.
Monacy and Nico, they have been the duo.
Before the rotation can come over, Wonderful never had vision, and it's not going to get any easier inside of sight. Monacy crosses over behind that pillar.
But he gets by first.
Oh,
Wonderful into his scope.
This is G2 making the most of a moment over on B. Ime, are you able to come back in clutch? They pounced on that site. Screw the man disadvantage. They knew that they had numbers if they just followed through on B. Ime's able to cross over, and now as he's inside sight, they may fall victim to his surprise. He tries to jump. Monacy plays with him, dodges, and Nico comes to help. It's this duo.
Where there's a Nico and Monacy, there's a way.
Every time. And we say that when they're not even in a moment where they're kind of taking over the server. But give them one chance, they capitalize. Mobs thrust back into what's been a pretty sticky spot. Those apartment pushes looked really good for Navi in terms of opening moves, and Mobs wants some of that action. This time as him and Hunter climb up and in, they find nothing of a resistance from Navi, who I think at this point can't afford to let a round slip, or else G2, they got the economy against the wall, and they'll be gunning for an 8-round T-side.
I think G2 have done a good job, like, being even-handed about which site they're going to hit. It's hard for Navi, I feel like, to full stack
Yeah, good point.
in good conscience without knowing that G2 could avoid them.
That's the depth to the G2 Inferno T-side.
Yeah.
Seen it before, and they're
it's-
tapping into it again. Ooh, Nico sees a sliver.
Ooh, but it's perfect. The shoulder peek is perfect from JL.
Won't know that that is the only player on site, but he continues to try to test it, see if he can get some kind of a reaction. Nobody bites down. Imez making a move, Hunter swings, dies. And no trade frag despite all these players being near, so that's really good timing from Imez to get a key piece of map control to slow things down and to probably create doubt. Bit pushes in as well. And Snack's just trying to make something happen on his own, but there's no trade potential again.
Just takes too many liberties sometimes. With
It just
the
pushes so much more responsibility onto the Stars, and I don't doubt them, but with 15 seconds and fire in front of the bomb site, it's going to transition them into a save. Instead of grouping up and trying to hit after smokes, he just gives them another free kill.
I know, he might as well be stopping the late A hits on lane from the CT side. And that is the only way a team that has no consistent clear star every single tournament can succeed. So all 5 have the ability to pop off.
Got big praise for the Navi active CT half. Those 3 rounds inside of apartments where they've been able to get kills really turned the tide back to potentially tie us up at 6. You know, very varied T side, and we give G2 credit for that one, but if there's one thing that definitely has Navi's success stamped across it, it's apartments so far in the first 12. Nico trying to get something going as an entire pack of players sit behind him, but no sir. Not yet, anyways. On a moment's notice, these Tech-9s could just start tearing up turf towards B. So Alexi looks to set up JL again. Key piece to the banana control, and a well-timed flashbang gets him a Nico frag.
Excellent.
AK changes hands to Snacks. Nobody from the A site starts to bite down on a rotate. That's Snacks again, just trying to go through smoke. This time he is able to cross over to the pit, but he's jumping around.
They
Like
let
a
him win.
madman, Alexi goes in, and they found it.
His teammates got there in the end.
Look at the health, though, so incredibly low. Rotate coming over with a frag grenade, but Snacks sends a bullet through the smoke and finds Ema between the eyes.
Now they have Monacy in the comfort zone. We got full HP health here for Navi. They will attempt this retake.
Just sit back, Monacy hide. See where these rifles can give you the info, see if the trades come through.
Will he spam this?
Malt's keeping his head down, that gives him a chance. Bit climbs up, wonderful trades right back. Monacy hiding back, sight. Where there's a...
That should matter. And 10 players who are desperately hungry for it.
Here we go, Hunter goes wide, gets one, traded by Nico, and it's just a bloodbath on Banana. Snacks, what can you offer us? What can you do? Nothing with the smoke in front of him. They're all able to climb inside of the site, so that's 3 members of Navi and Monacy's classic unsilenced USP.
Helping them scale with this flash. It's a very honest retake. It's not going to be impossible with them inside the site, but Alexi, first kill. Oh, the 2 somehow. Fast adjustment.
JL drops. He goes into the fight. He chooses violence instead.
Wait, the
peak. Oh, he gets it. And JL comes.
That's true. There is no advantage to it except scare the hell out of professionals who are trying to look for every advantage. All right, is this lead going to vanish as well? This time it's already closer than Mirage.
Yeah, Navi had to play massive catch-up back on map 3. This one they've done better to keep things close. Blasted away.
Ooh, the nades back and forth. No.
You know, JL gave us a great showing on Banana when the fight did come to him.
Yeah, definitely.
And G2 kept that varied T side going with options both sides of the map, so it wasn't always his fight, but when it was, he succeeded. And now, again, to the T side, he's going to be starting to set this tone, the tempo and the mood that comes with it. So all eyes on JL here, map 4.
Yeah, if you work that site on CT side, you do the same on T. It has to be a great shot here. Nico doesn't hit it. Holmes another great deagle as well, but the T's establishing good utility. Nico, another clip.
Looking for a little more, but now it's Malton. Another D connects.
What's this combo? Bomb's getting dropped. Hunter sitting, waiting for his chance to pull a JL.
Hunter's going through. Hunter's
The
going
flash,
through.
the flash is there from Snacks.
Oh, he doesn't get the planter, but he will catch Bit close. Let alone somebody who was as little established as Mobs was coming into this roster.
Look at him, 2 times the kill. Kills of Nico himself, the second highest fragger on the team.
So you go ahead and set up the best rifler to ever do it, who graces us with his always deadly deagle, and then Mobs puts 2 of his own on the board.
You did have the chance to say something very funny there, but... the greatest rifler to ever do it, and Nico.
Well, we'll give Mobs more time. 21 years young.
JL is the tip of the spear. And like you pointed out, very aggressive CT sides on Banana. And he's the guy they're going to entrust to make the chaos ensue. Oh, excellent grenade here. Square between three.
Obviously just playing with the jiggle. There's the presence. Bunch of bodies coming at him here. Snacks.
Oh, careful, Snacks. If you start shooting, they might start shooting back.
And when you take a position in smoke, you can maybe let somebody out, but nobody is able to follow through. They just instead hold back.
Yeah, now we've got JL here.
And still enough utility to attempt this a second time.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've shaken up the CT side, and they've got them convinced that that last exec was the real one. So they've thrown a lot of utility that they didn't want to just yet. Now, of course, the big advantage, though, is Nico's just spotting on B. They've got 4 here. There should be no reason they don't defend.
Molotov sent over towards Pit. We've got anchors in the bomb site, all looking good. No real opening, no real chance. Pit's able to slide down, dealing with Snacks, but that's all.
Looking for the 4th time to touch 10 rounds first.
No coincidence that fact. That's why they sit on the 2-1 map advantage. Sure, Mirage slips by. Inferno starting to set a tone. P250 sent back. It's the only thing that Navi actually end up investing in, a solo P250. And honestly, Fit versus Snacks.
And this is a contrast between the way that G2 play Inferno and the way that Navi do. Navi play very light bracket all the time on Inferno, and G2 play extremely heavy bracket, doubling up Arch, playing on the close wall. Navi knows stylistically what they're running into, but both styles work for both teams. So far, just today, it's been G2 coming out ahead more times than not. Wonder what the thoughts are here for Alexi. Of course, they're coming in and probably using some time to think because they don't have a single flash. They know they're unlikely to win this round. They just want to make the most of it.
See if they can catch anybody overstepping, but I don't feel like G2 are going to make a mistake here. Not with so little pressure. It's a way too easy crossfire for them to just mop it all down there.
One kill's okay. Good play from Monacy. Navi going full rifles here, spending all their money in jeopardy of being in a buy save cycle. This is a round they might not even want to full commit to, depending on how it goes, how it starts.
You know, Jay, out for flight, but man, he is met by resistance.
That is targeted. One way to get a 5v4.
He has nobody to help him out in that situation. Wonderful is over on the ramp. I'm going to try to toy with Monacy top mid, but I don't know. It's a dangerous game to be jumping around these corners. Luckily, Alexi's got a good shoulder peek.
Yeah, look at Nico, though, taking all his space back. They can go back to try to fight him. He really wants to grab this upgrade.
Oh. Very dangerous knowing that there was always a chance Wonderful could send bullets through off the audio cue, but...
It's a nice skin, man. Gotta go for it.
Just give me that AK, please. Wants to show off with the headshots. And speaking of which, Bit will have a chance to crack open an entry in mid, but interrupted by the utility. And so Snacks comes through with a boiler hole. Bit looking the wrong direction.
Again,
and this is G2 starting to lock Navi out.
But they don't actually rotate, and it's because Nico still has the top piece smoked.
All's good.
They'll start to move out of the way. I mean, is there a world where G2 go for this? It's surely not, right? They're, yeah, just staying back in apartments now. It's a long save.
They'll catch one player out there on the hunt.
Yeah, that's fun. But they know that G2 are so confident. And again, because they're in a buy save, they got to hang on to these. They don't have money next round. It's going to be Alexi B and Wonderful to try to do something heroic off the back of a good game plan. Let's see if they can come up with something. Otherwise, it's going to be G2 all night.
If you want to be number one, you have to stand that test of time. Consecutive in their grand...
We cannot disrespect them. We have to take this seriously. And I believe they did, but G2 just stepped up to the challenge. 11 rounds, 2 away from ending this game.
Could have gone back-to-back best of 5s. Could have gone back-to-back events. Couldn't have asked for a better opponent.
G2 need to fail this hold at this point. We have armored opponents, 2 rifles here for Navi.
I love this combo though. Nico and Malbs. That's a lot of firepower on a
Keep feeding Malbs, he's got 21 kills.
Absolutely looking to carry G2 to a trophy hoist in Copenhagen. Pressure from the utility, but there's still lots of time on that clock.
And more.
Look at all the bodies. Oh, look at that immense nade damage. Nico's actually going to get burned out and into the spray of Alexis. There is no follow through immediately, but you know Navi still knock on this door. Maltz is going to get support in a moment, but for the time being, it's him in the backside. Fire down at his feet, and he's done, but Hunter comes in with a double.
Somehow from behind.
We've got 3 players still deep to the CT spawn. They've got Ina with hands busy, but the spray's off the mark, and Alexi's going to continue to connect these shots. Oh! Alexi tries, but Monacy, it's him on bat, and yeah!
Full buy-in here. They did the calculations. It's looking solid for Navi so far, but 12-6, G2 on fire.
And Malb's better than ever, but his barrel's been spotted, so down he goes. JL continues to try and carve out some sort of a route through Banana, forward for Navi.
It looks like a copy and paste of the last round, but with better guns. This time they get the 5v4. Ahead of the Molly is JL. X Factor in these big moments. That's what we know him for. Navi won the Copenhagen Major, losing more rounds than they won because they showed grit and because JL had unbelievable impact against all odds. Now what we demand of him is an unparalleled level of consistency.
Perfect moment for them to size up his A-play. But Nico gets wind of it, so he moves over. And that smoke's got enough for him to swing up close on the wall. Oh, the flash was good, but Alexi still gets that kill blind. It's gonna be Hunter, it's gonna be Snacks. Can they hang on to this bomb site under a massive task? Snacks in the open, swings out wide, gets caught right there.
Okay.
No chance at a hold, and Navi will continue to fight to try and extend this event.
Yep. G2 said don't call it a comeback, but for Navi, it's simply a 5-round game. We'll believe in it till the very end.
A little back and forth to open up on Banana. JL trying to be the jackknife of this moment. Peels Mobs off the play. And even with Nico rotating over, falling to a blind Alexi. Alexi's been getting kills through smoke with no contact. Alexi is blind and finding it.
Yep.
Absolutely won with the game as he tries to keep his team in it.
Yeah, Mobs is the golden ticket. Whether he gets the kills or he gets found, that seems to dictate the round. He's 22 and 10. The 4 and higher from overseas, stepping up. If that was a flash in the pan, if Mobs can get caught off guard again, or if they don't find him, what their fate will be. Is JL enough?
Obviously takes up the mantle with Banana. This is a bolstered defense and one that
they're finding him.
Confidence. Yeah, they want to swing. Oh man, they're signing up for this fight. Ball's going deep, gets caught by Alexi again. Ooh. He's just got that game sense. He's got these shots lined up.
Yeah, that's obviously so close to running into Bell right there. JL was still holding it, even though Alexi saved him from that duel. We don't know what would have happened otherwise, but we know that Navi were ready for a push.
JL on high alert, even with the health disadvantage, so be it. Would have been a tough spot for Mobs to still just barrel stuff. Alexi trying to step forward to support JL, to give time for E-Man. Wonderful to get something going here on Inferno because they've left a lot to be desired, but right now we've got G2 moving pieces to the right direction.
Yes, always pay attention to the Nico rotation as he gets comfortable within the site.
Much like last round, Nico gets in.
This could be the
time, he's not over towards Arch where somebody's just gonna slam him back. He is in the most committed of positions. And it's starting to feel like Snacks may have to be that first point of contact. The Kovac in the bomb site. Solid anchor. Snacks goes down as he turns away from the flash. Hunter offers up a double. This could be it. It's health advantage over 2.
Nico watching.
Now they found out about Nico, but he loses his brother in sight. And as he keeps his head down, those T's ever closer. 15 to the clock.
They're trying to respect the smoke.
Nico holds and he waits and they'll find him. As he tries to go back and forth, he steps in. It's Modessy's chance to shine. And as he peeks, he strikes one down. Bomb being planted. Not today! Not tonight! G2 in a best of 5!
The 1v2, and they'll never have to think about that further. G2 have done the unthinkable, ending the 9-match win streak that Navi had over them.